Every major AI lab in the world, OpenAI, Google, DeepMind, Anthropic, has the same started goal. Not to build a chatbot, not to build a search engine, to build something that has never existed before in the history of humanity. They call it AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. And in this video I'm going to explain exactly what that means, why it's different from every AI you've ever used, and why the people closest to it can't even agree on whether we're 2 years away or 200. To understand AGI, you first have to understand what all current AI actually is. The technical term is narrow AI, and the name says everything. Every AI system you've ever used is exceptional at exactly one thing, and completely useless at everything else. The AI that beats the world champion at chess cannot play Go. The AI that generates photorealistic images cannot understand what's in them. The AI that translates languages in real time cannot drive a car. GPT-4 can write code, summarize documents, and explain quantum physics, but it cannot pick up a glass of water. Each of these systems was trained on a specific type of data, for a specific type of task. It learned patterns, it got incredibly good, but it never generalized. Take it off its home turn and it collapses. This is not a small limitation, it's a fundamental one, because none of these systems can do what you do every day without thinking about it all. Think about what you did this morning. You woke up in an unfamiliar hotel room, maybe, and figured out where you were. You read a sign in a language you half know and got the gist. You made a decision about breakfast based on how you were feeling. You had a conversation that went somewhere unexpected and improvised your way through it. You solved a small problem you would never encounter before. None of that required specialized training. You transfer knowledge from completely different domains. You reason about things you'd never seen. You adapted in real time. That ability to take in any situation, reason about it, learn from it, and act intelligently is what we call general intelligence. And right now, no AI has it. The question AGI asks is, what would it take to build a machine that does? There's no single official definition of AGI. Different researchers define it differently, but the core idea is consistent across all of them. AGI is an AI system that can match or surpass human cognitive ability, not in one area, but across all of them. It can learn any task, reason about any problem, apply knowledge from one domain to solve something completely unrelated, and adapt when the situation changes. It's not about being smarter than a human at chess. Chess AI already exists. It's about being at least as capable as a human at everything a human can do with their mind. Some researchers add one more requirement. It has to be able to learn from experiences the way we do, not just be trained once and frozen, but actually improve from new information continuously, without being retained from scratch. That distinction matters, because a system like that wouldn't just be a very capable tool. It would be something qualitative different from anything we've built before. So where are we right now? ChatGPT, Cloud, Gemini, these are the most capable AI systems ever built. They can pass bar exams, write research papers, solve complex coding problems. They're genuinely impressive in ways that would have seemed impossible 5 years ago. But are they close to AGI? Here's the honest answer. It depends on who you ask and what definition you use. The optimistic case. Modern large language models generalize across domains in ways earlier AI never could. They weren't explicitly trained for most of the tasks they do. They pick up reasoning, analogy, abstraction, emerging capabilities that weren't designed in. That looks like a step forward generalization. Now the skeptical case. These models are still doing very sophisticated pattern matching on text. They don't have goals, they don't plan ahead, they can take a sentence of physical action in the real world. They hallucinate, they fail at simple spatial and physical reasoning tasks a child handles easily. Both things can be true. Currently, AI is remarkable, and it's also not AGI. And the gap is real. We just disagree on how big it is. Despite that disagreement, the biggest labs are all explicitly racing towards it. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, said in early 2025 that he believes they know how to build AGI. He's predicted it could arrive within a few years. Google's DeepMind's CEO says AGI could be achievable within the decade. Anthropic, founded by former OpenAI researchers who left specifically because they were worried about the pace, is still building frontier models at scale. Meta, XAI, Mistral, every major lab is in this race, and the resources being deployed are unlike anything in the history of technology. Microsoft committed $8 billion to AI infrastructure in 2025 alone. The USA and China are both treating AI capability as a matter of national security. Whether you think about the timeline, the people with the most information, the more resources, and the most to gain from being right, are all betting that AGI is real and reachable. Now, here is what makes this fascinating. Ask the world's top AI researchers when AGI will arrive, and you get answers ranging from next year to never. Geoffrey Hinton, who won the Nobel Prize for foundational AI work and then quit Google to speak freely about the risks, thinks AGI could arrive within 20 years, maybe sooner. He finds it terrifying. Yann LeCun, Meta's chief AI scientist, thinks the current approach, large language models, will never get to AGI. We're fundamentally missing something. Sam Altman thinks it could happen this decade. Some researchers at DeepMind say the same. And a significant group of serious scientists thinks the whole framing is wrong, that general intelligence isn't a single destination but a spectrum, and we'll keep debating whether we've reached it for decades. That range from 2 years to never is not because these people don't know what they're talking about. It's because the problem is genuinely deeply uncertain. Nobody knows, and the fact that nobody agrees is itself important information. Here's the part that keeps researchers up at night. The danger of AGI isn't robots with red eyes. It's something quieter and harder to see. If you build a system that is more capable than any human at achieving goals, and you give it the wrong wall, even slightly, you might not be able to stop it. Not because it's malicious, because it's just really good at what you told it to do. The classic thought experiment. Imagine an AGI given the goal of making paper clips. It converts every available resource into paper clips, including things you didn't want it to touch, because you didn't specify. That's the alignment problem. How do you build a system that is genuinely more capable than you and make sure it does what you actually want, not just what you literally said? This is why Anthropic was founded. It's why entire research institutes exist dedicated to this one question. And it's why the people most convinced AGI is coming are often also the most worried about it. We've compressed maybe 100 years of scientific uncertainty into one video. And the honest conclusion is this. Nobody knows when AGI arrives. Nobody knows exactly what it will look like. Nobody knows whether it will be the best thing that's ever happened to humanity or the last. What we do know? The most capable organization on Earth are trying to build it, right now, with more resources than any technological project in history. Whether that gives you hope or fear probably depends on how much you trust the people running the labs. But it's happening, and it's worth understanding. The next video goes deeper into the alignment problem, why making a super intelligent AI safe might be the hardest engineering problem ever attempted. I'll see you there.